Hello my gorgeous Aries, my name is Sasha Bonasin and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for November 2018. It's for November 2018 and you're starting this month with a number 8. Number 8 is of course very significant number because it's trying to let you know that financially things are going to start sorting themselves out, but it is going to require input. It is going to require a little bit of redirection that you're going to do, that you're going to make this month, and that's why this month is going to be very significant, especially when it comes to finances, when it comes to financial situation, but also when it comes to health. This is going to be really great month because it looks like you're going to be going through transition, transformation, which means that any long ailments or any lots of Aries felt a little bit low, lots of Aries felt a little bit down, especially when it comes to energy levels. Energy levels haven't been that great, but especially when it comes to the actual testing your stamina, especially when it comes to work, and especially when it comes to slightly longer work, you know, you just kind of find yourself in a situation where you're like, oh my god, I feel so tired, and day after day after day after day you feel tired, and that on another hand makes you feel a little bit negative, and that on another hand makes you kind of do things that you wouldn't normally do, and kind of you wouldn't be able to do, to give 100% or to give 1000%, because this is just something that is just kind of keeping like kind of slowing you down a little bit, and also it has got this ability to cloud kind of your vision, and it's kind of like hide things that are right in front of you, if I can say like that. But these things that are right in front of you are really strictly things that are very much so connected to your future planning, that are very much so connected to your future. And this is why this is so significant, because if we are able to see every single part or every single thing about our future, even when our mind is clouded, even when our energy is clouded, then the life would be just so much easier. Certain part we're just not meant to know, certain part we're just not meant to see, and then on the other hand there is so much more that could be revealed, that will be revealed, that would be revealed if just the things when it comes to our energy levels are kind of different. And this is why this is just going to have a great improvement, especially when it comes to your own personal success, and especially when it comes to your own personal redirection. This month things are going to change purely because you're going to start to realize that certain area of your life needs a little bit of attention, and that area of your life that needs a little bit of attention, it is just going to be the major turning point. So you are going to have a major turning point, my beautiful Aries. And number 8 also means that basically there is going to be the surprise that is going to come through, the surprise that is going to happen, and this surprise is going to be connected to the person in your life, and to the person that you know. You will have a negative situation, you are going to be going through the negative situation in your life, and that negative situation is going to make you realize also a very interesting part of your journey, a realization that it's not going to be that nice about a particular person, about somebody, but then on another hand it's just going to make you realize, and it's going to open your eyes towards different people, towards different opportunities, towards completely new different beginnings. And this wouldn't happen if of course you wouldn't go through this negative situation. On another hand, when it comes to your health, you see, this is the thing, that you're going to be able to feel lots of energy this month. You're going to feel very energetic, and then on another hand, it is a great month, it is a brilliant month, it is absolutely mind-blowing month when it comes to the actual starting new things, trying new things, starting things for the first time, trying things for the first time. And, you know, this is going to be a significant month because you are going to have this excess of energy, and this excess of energy is going to be very, very powerful because you will be able to use this for the best of your abilities when it comes to your actual full potential. So it is a fantastic time to redirect and direct your energy towards those things in your life that you would like to be more successful. Okay, on another hand, again, just like a little bit of negative feeling when it comes to your stomach and digestion, so please just try to kind of like just be as healthy as possible, and try to kind of avoid like maybe like a dairy products, or try to avoid like things like a caffeine and things like that, because that can actually be quite heavy and quite harsh when it comes to our stomach and when it comes to our digestion. And also try to drink as much water as you can. And when it comes to the actual date, your first date is going to be on the 1st of November. Now the 1st of November is going to be the time. The 1st of November is going to be the day when I mentioned before that somebody is going to come through, somebody is going to come forward. It's going to make you feel a little bit negative, and it's just going to make you feel a little bit low, because you will be surprised about the certain reaction by that person. You will be surprised by this certain trait about that particular person. It's really going to surprise you, because you're about to find out something that is just going to make you feel like a little bit negative, because you're going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe they've done this, I can't believe they went down that route and things like that. But very shortly after, there is going to be a realization, and that realization that you are going to have is only going to come after like a thinking mode that you are going to have. And that thinking mode that you are going to have obviously is going to start with this particular situation. And what is going to happen is just going to kind of make you, first you're going to be like a little bit angry, but then you're going to be like a little bit confused, and then that confusion is just going to make you to withdraw from the situation just a little bit, to step back. You're going to have your little mini hermit mode, and that mini hermit mode, believe me or not, is just completely going to be connected to number 14. Number 14, 1-4, it's going to be a lucky number that day. So if you carry with you number 14 throughout the day on the 1st of November, would be great, because you're allowing this energy to like attach to you even more. You are giving more chance to this particular energy when you're holding or having number 14 either written on you, or either having this written on a little bit of paper or something like that. As long as you have this energy next to you, on you, it would be fantastic, really. And now what I was going to say, the 1st of November is going to result in you booking some kind of a journey. And if you don't book a trip or journey on this particular day, you're really going to start feeling very strongly like it's time to have a holiday, it's time to have a journey, it's time to go away, it's time to step away from the situation, just have some time for yourself. It's really going to be a lot about the balance, and you are going to feel the balance, like maybe you need to rebalance a little bit. And the fact that you're going to have lots of like energy, what I already mentioned at the beginning of this reading, that the fact that you're going to have lots of energy, this is also going to have a wonderful optimistic effect on you. And that on another hand is going to make you like to book some kind of trip or journey, which is absolutely brilliant, because when we are like when we are in tune with our own spirituality, when we are in tune with our own signs and our own omens, then when we book holidays at the right time, and when we go on holidays at the right time, there's something very interesting is waiting for us over there, like an interesting realization, but it's very much so like an idea, a powerful idea, which is going to be connected to your future. Okay, the second important day, my beautiful babies, is going to be on the 12th of November. The 12th of November is going to be like wow, wow, wow. The 12th of November is just going to feel like a really sexy day from the beginning, from the moment you wake up your eyes in the morning. It's just like a kind of, you're going to feel really good, you're going to feel very unusual, but in a good way. Lots of energies. You're not going to need 3 or 4 coffees that morning if you drink coffee, or if you drink tea or whatever. You know, sometimes people need 2 or 3 to wake up, type of thing. But now I'm trying to say, my point is that from the very first time you open your eyes, you will be able to feel this energy, this beautiful energy, this powerful energy when it comes to your literal energy, you know, straight away. And that is just going to motivate you, and that is just going to start, it's going to put your brain in a certain state of mind, and that certain state of mind that you are going to have is going to be the actual answer. It is going to be almost life-changing after this moment, after this time. The 12th of November, just think about, this is going to be like an amazing door that is about to open. An amazing door that was always here, you see, in the little forest, but just you couldn't see it, you didn't notice it. And now suddenly on the 12th of November, the door is going to open, a beautiful spiritual door, and you are about to walk through. And once you walk through this beautiful door, and the spiritual door are literally going to be open for you on the 12th of November. Once you open through this door, everything is going to start making sense, and especially those things that you just couldn't understand with yourself. Why did you do it? Sometimes karmically we do things, we react to things really quickly, and then we don't understand straight away why did we react in this particular way. So now it's these are the type of things that are just going to kind of start making sense. Okay, so there's the whole new hope, whole new inspiration going to come through, and that is going to bring the whole new projects and the whole new prospects. And these prospects you're gonna feel very, very excited about, very optimistic. And also there is something very interesting that is going to happen on this day when it comes to your omen. Watch for signs, watch for omens, expect a little bird, expect some kind of omen to come to you in a form of a little bird. Whether you're gonna see bird flying, whether you're gonna see bird like walking, running, whether you're gonna see bird like on the picture, it all depends. It all depends what you were thinking about that time or at around that time at the moment. You see, it's very important indeed. There is the certain absence also of someone that is just going to come through, and you're going to miss someone, somebody that is in your life, somebody that hasn't been in your life for a long time, and somebody that you would like to be around but they can't. So that person, the energy of that person is going to come back, and it's just going to make you kind of a little bit deep, and you're going to be able to connect to this person, and you're just going to miss this person. You will want to spend the time with this particular person. Okay, now the third important date is going to be on the 29th of November. The 29th of November, it's going to be the time when you're going to get the whole new inspiration that is going to come through someone very successful, very powerful, and somebody who is very significant in your life when it comes to you looking up to someone, when it comes to someone who you would like to be, when it comes to someone who you would like to become like, and things like that. So that is going to be very powerful day for you on the 29th of November, because there is an idea that is going to come through, and that idea is going to be completely connected to your overburdened feeling, completely connected to your excessive pressures, completely connected to the stress and the sadness that you have been going through for the last 6 months. For the past 6 months, things haven't been feeling that great, and the reason why things haven't been feeling that great is because it was the lack of energy that was just kind of redirecting you towards the wrong kind of exits. And now this can only go for the certain amount of time. This can only go for the amount of time that your spiritual journey is meant to go through. Now this is going to come to an end as well, and this is also going to bring you a very powerful realization when it comes to reflections on the past. You will have a very strong connection with your past, but that strong connection with your past, it's not like, oh, you can have a strong connection with the past, blah blah blah. No, this is very significant, this is very powerful, because this is going to give you a chance to reflect on the past, but that on another hand is going to bring you an amazing insight. And that insight is going to be like, oh my God. That insight is going to be become more and more significant as the time goes by. So by the time we get to the actual April 2019, there is going to be the direct connection with this date and April 2019. Just watch this space. This is going to be very significant indeed. I highly suggest to get something like a lapis lazuli. I spoke about lapis lazuli so many times, and it's such a powerful crystal, and I absolutely love it because I love everything or anything about Egypt. And lapis lazuli is also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt, you see. And this is why it's so powerful, because it has got this ability to kind of balance us out. It helps us to ground ourselves, but also on another hand, it helps us to realize and recognize that any kind of spiritual messages that we may have from the past people, past relatives that passed away, from the spiritual world, from our third psychic eyes also enhanced when we wear this, and especially when we're having little like details like this, like omens revealed and things like that can be literally potentially life-changing, having lapis lazuli just helps you to like kind of connect to these messages straight away, instead of thinking, oh, what could this mean, what could this be, you know, instead of just waiting and thinking, you know. Lapis lazuli kind of just opens your mind a bit more, enhances your third psychic eye. So this is something I highly suggest to get. Lapis lazuli, I highly recommend this indeed. And if you would like to buy this lapis lazuli, this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. Okay, so now basically going on the first a week of November. I was going to say October, yeah, right. Okay, November, the first week of November 2018, it is just going to start with a force. Like, you will feel powerful, you will feel significant, you will feel strong, and especially when it comes to your life direction, and especially when it comes to life redirections. Remember, you had a clouded mind so far, you had a clouded energy so far, the things were clouded around you. It's just like a fog basically. So you're walking through, but you're only limited to this, to see the certain amount that's what's around you. So now this fog is going to start going away. On another hand, that is going to help you to kind of connect to the nearest future. The actual connection that you are going to have, it is just going to become like a very optimistic time for you, and it is going to become like the whole new direction, and that in itself is going to help you recognize where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do next. And that in itself is going to kind of resolve in your own recognition. There is a very important recognition that you are going to have when it comes to your success, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to things you do in life in general. And that is going to be brilliant because it is going to be directly connected to your family, completely connected to your family members. And that it's also going to be brilliant because this is just going to put a big smile on your face. This is going to make you feel even more optimistic. This is going to make you feel even more keen and eager. No, I'm making things up. I'm making things up now. Okay, this is going to make you even more keen, like to actually start. God, this is going to make you even more keen, like for to kind of focus on your future, to focus on your new direction. Because before you weren't, you had clouded things, and that kind of didn't really help you. It was just making things a bit more difficult because you would get tired way sooner than you would normally get tired. Okay, there is also going to be a challenge that you're going to go through. Challenge is going to be really interesting, and it's also going to be connected to you doing something different, to you doing something new, to you doing something completely different that you wouldn't normally do, or you wouldn't normally go for. Only like about a week ago, only like about 2 weeks ago, even a month ago, you just wouldn't even go for. But now the things are going to start feeling right, the things are going to start feeling different, and this is going to be connected to you doing something, cutting certain things out of your life. There's something that you're doing that you're going to need to stop doing, and this is something that you're aware of. This is something that is just making you feel really negative. This is something that is not making you feel really happy, but you know this, and it's just going to make you feel like, oh no, a little bit uncertain about the whole new situation. But you're going to realize you've got everything you need in order to move on, everything you need to start a new stage in your life. Okay, everything you need to turn a new page, new leaf in your life. Indeed, when it comes to the resources and when it comes to your success, this is going to be the time of the realization. Now it's time to move on with your life. By you realizing exactly what have you done, by you realizing this is by the time you get to the mid part of November, you're just going to be very much focusing on what you have done so far, what you want to do next. There is an energy that you're going to feel. There's an energy that you're going to have in exactly, and as I said, also May, the mid part of the mid part of November. If I say any other month, of course I mean November, but the mid part of November, it's going to be strictly connected to the actual May 2019 as well. So any seed you plant, and I can see you planting seeds, any seed you plant at around this time, that these seeds are also going to have an amazing connection when it comes to actual May 2019. 2019. There is a feeling of freedom finally going to start coming through. That feeling of freedom is also going to make you realize that how optimistic you are and how happy you are and how excited you are. So before those things, that you will also gonna come to the realization that you were like kind of blocked, kind of literally, from being happy. The reason why you're gonna come to this realization is because you're gonna feel completely different in November, and literally the whole of November is going to feel like that. There is the whole new vision that this is going to bring, and this vision that this is going to bring is going to require from you to talk to someone, to make a connection with someone who you don't want to make a connection with, but this is somebody who makes you a little bit angry and somebody who you don't have a really high opinion of, but this is just something that part of the journey. This is something that you need to do. This is something that you need to go through. This is the part of your karma, and it's very, very serious indeed. On another hand, because you're gonna have so much balance back that you didn't have before, this balance is really going to bring something really special. I'm not even, my goodness, I'm not over exaggerating or anything. This is going to be significant because you're just going to start feeling drawn to things and to people who you wouldn't feel normally drawn to. And also, by the time we get to the last part of November 2018, there is a really big wish that is going to come through. Really big wish is going to happen. And this is directly connected to the certain family member, somebody that you worried about also, and somebody that you worried about to this moment, to this point, that you couldn't really feel happy. You couldn't really feel happy, and you couldn't really move on with your own life. You know, sometimes this happens, and it's like when the people who are directly connected to our lives, like maybe your child, maybe your brother, maybe your sister, maybe your mother. If you haven't got a family, maybe it's your best friend. It all depends, but it seems like you were really worrying about somebody and that affected you more than you think. And sometimes we can worry, we can do this, but we don't even realize how much this actually affects our life and how much this actually drains and affects our energy. So there is a powerful realization that you are going to have here. And also, what else I was going to say, at the end of November, there is also going to be this a little bit of turnaround that you are going to have when it comes to your work. This is going to be the time, the end of November is going to bring the time when an authority figure in your life, it's going to give you a very good news. So it's going to be a very good news by an authority figure. It's brilliant, it's fine. You have reached the certain point here, and that certain point is going to be very important because it's going to make you realize that it's going to be connected to the little loss about something. So there is going to be the realization that it didn't happen exactly how you wanted to happen, especially when it comes to your financial situation. At the end of November, it's going to bring like a little bit of worrying when it comes to finances, when it comes to financial situation, but it's also going to be really great realization that you just have to take it easy. It's not going to be the best time when it comes to money, the best time when it comes to finances, the end of November. And December, you're going to be need to be a little bit careful, but it's not really bad. It's not going to last forever. It's only like November and December are not going to be the best times to like maybe invest, or the best time to start like buying something really big or buying something really huge. It's just the best time to actually just be a little bit careful when it comes to spending, be a little bit careful when it comes to money. But that's only November and December anyway. So and also there is a new choice going to come through, and the new choice that is going to come through is just going to be very significant when it comes to the time that you were disappointed about, the things that you were disappointed about in your life, the things that hasn't worked out completely in your life. You thought that they will work out, you thought that they will be happy, you thought that the particular direction is going to be revealed, but it just didn't. You know, it just takes time. There is going to be a choice. There are a couple of choices that you are going to have at the end of November. These couple of choices that you are going to have at the end of November are going to be directly connected to to the actual offer that you are going to have from somebody. And this offer that you are going to have from somebody, it's not a friend, it's not somebody who you really appreciate, but it's just going to be somebody who is like connected to some kind of work, connected to finances, somebody who is very, very successful, somebody who you look up to in a certain way. An offer that you are going to have, realization realization that you are going to have, and that is just going to make you realize that now it's time definitely to move on. And there's a very, 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 very big ending that is going to happen at the end of November, and I cannot stress enough how important this ending is going to be, how powerful this ending is going to be, because at the end of November it is just going to be the time when you're going to start feeling again, you're going to have that kick, that wonderful kick of passion, that wonderful kick of energy. And now this is the time when you will really want to enjoy yourself. This is the time when you will really want to take it easy. This is the time when you will really want to rediscover yourself. But when I say this, I'm thinking about our feelings, I'm thinking about our emotions, I'm thinking about things that we do to be happy, I'm thinking about our power. And 23 days exactly, 23 days from the end of November 2018, it is going to be 23 days exactly that is going to 23 days. So the last day of November is going to be the 30th of November. 23 days after the 30th of November, something very significant is going to happen, something very powerful is going to happen that is going to be directly connected to this particular situation. And this particular situation that is going to happen is going to bring a new end. And this ending is so powerful I cannot even explain to you. This ending is huge new beginning, and it's so powerful and it's so passionate and it's so significant because it's directly connected to your past life. And this is the past life that is coming through now. It's kicking off now. And the reason why it's kicking off now is because it's coming, certain spiritual journey is coming to an end at the end of November 2018. On the 30th of November is the last day. Okay? And 23 days after the last day, you are going to have a sign. You're going to have a realization. You're just going to be thinking about a certain thing. You're going to be thinking about a particular thing, and you will know what this is. You will know what this will mean, because on the 23rd of the next month, the following month, it is going to be the direct result of what was going on now, and you will kind of find yourself in a situation where you will know what your next stage of your journey is going to be, and it is going to be something brand new, something completely different indeed. Every single time when we are dealing with the new journeys, when we are dealing with the journeys when they're really significant in our life, like for example, like when we have the new beginnings and we have a very significant endings, this endings is going to be absolutely mind-blowing because it is going to make you really passionate about your life. But when we go through these things in our life, it's very significant to have something like a black tourmaline. Do you see this black tourmaline? Oh my goodness, one of the most powerful crystals when it comes to our protection. Okay, this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and you can get this on my website, and the link is in the description below. And I highly recommend you to get black tourmaline and wear it throughout November and December. You're going to need something like this to protect yourself, because you're going to feel the energies. You're going to feel very sensitive when it comes to the actual energies, and you're going to be receiving all sorts of messages again. And basically when we are receiving all sorts of messages like this, then that means that we are spiritually open. If we are spiritually open, that means that we can get lots of messages, which is great, but on another hand, we can pick up on all sorts of negative energies. And that's why I highly recommend to wear and to get black tourmaline, because it has got the ability to keep us grounded, to protect us against all sorts of negative energy, and it's absolutely brilliant for balance. Okay, so now my beautiful babies, what am I going to do now for you, Aries? I'm going to shuffle this card. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and if you would like to buy these cards as well, I'm selling these cards on my website, and the link is in the description below, because lots of people were asking me if they can buy these beautiful tarot cards, and I do like my tarot cards to be very specific. I like old, because old has got lots of energy. I like vintage. I like old tarot cards, Italian normally. They don't have to be Italian necessarily, but I do love vintage old tarot cards indeed. So all my tarot cards are going to have some kind of vintage touch, vintage feeling to it indeed. So now I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to concentrate on you, Aries, and especially for those of you that are in relationship. Okay, ooh la la. Okay, Okay, so these are the tarot cards for those of you that are in relationship. Now, this is a huge turning point this month. This is a huge major point that you're going to have this month. It is not only about in general, what an important month this is going to be, but this is going to be a huge turning point when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, because something is coming to an end. A big problem that wasn't a problem as such, but it became a problem. This was something that you started a while back, something that you started a while ago, both of you together. It required lots of energy, it required lots of financial situations to change, it requires lots of worrying and problems as well, and that affected you both. And now that spiritual journey is coming to an end. So the certain situation is coming to an end, but this is going to be a good end, because this is also going to mark the new beginning, new completion, and that in itself is going to have a wonderful impact on you and your partner. I do see you planning a journey together. I do see you going on some kind of trip or a journey together, which is absolutely brilliant. And also the big point is about to happen, the big thing is about to happen, the big realization is about to happen. You're just both going to have a really nice, beautiful realization where you're going to realize you've done everything as efficiently as you possibly could, and now you're just going to be ready to go and pick your beautiful strawberries, beautiful apples, beautiful cherries. Now it's time. And now it's time to enjoy yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and it's going to be for, oops, gosh. This is for Aries. You see, this means because you were going through so much stress, you were going through so much anxiety, and this is why, this is exactly what it means. The cards are like, hello, you see, and this is why, because the stress and anxiety kind of like prevented you from moving on with your emotions, with your emotional life, with your love life and things like that. So this is going to be something that is also coming to an end, and this is going to be something that is also going to be very significant. So I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to concentrate to those Aries that are single, and it's for November 2018. Okay, ooh la la. You see, a bizarre situation is going to happen, a strange situation is going to happen. Aries. November is going to be like a really weird month, but when it comes to weirdness, this is going to be a good weirdness, because there's just so many things that are going to happen that are actually going to surprise you, because you're going to react in like a little bit different way. And the fact that you're going to be reacting in a little bit different way, this is going to be the key. This is going to be the answer. This is in itself going to become the brand new beginning, because there is going to be a very strange situation that is going to happen in November, and that strange situation, unusual situation that you're going to find yourself being part of. Like, everything is going to be strange about it. Everything is going to be different about it. Different day, different people, different surrounding, different energy. Everything is going to be different, and that in itself is going to make it like kind of become a little bit different on that day, and that in itself is going to make you tap into a different energy, and that different energy that you're going to tap into is going to make you realize how much you actually like some kind of new journey, completely new part of your life, new style of your life. It's completely connected to the new style, okay, new direction, new dimension, and that in itself is going to make you realize that there is somebody going to manifest that is just going to become very interesting to you. It is not going to be somebody whom you're going to fall in love with. It is not going to be somebody whom you're going to like kind of who you're going to end up with. But that person is going to play a major role in your life. That person is going to play a major role in your life when it comes to the actual, probably one of the biggest realizations in your life. Who do you like? Who do you fancy? Because something is going to change. Your new spiritual journey is about to start, and that new spiritual journey is directly connected to your emotions, directly connected to your feelings, which means that you grew. You grew so much spiritually and emotionally that you're going to find yourself being attracted to the completely different people, being attracted to the completely different qualities. But that particular particular person whom you're going to meet, that particular person whom you're going to find, that particular person is going to inspire you so much that this is going to be completely connected to the people you're going to like later on. Don't worry, I know it sounds completely weird. I know it sounds completely confusing, but trust me, once you come to an end with a certain spiritual journey, and once another completely different spiritual journey starts, this is when we find ourselves in a new water. This is when we find ourselves in a new land. This is when we found the ground that was really dry, it's suddenly going to become fertile. This is the time to enjoy ourselves. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Aries, I love you to bits. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light right now. And of course, I wish you the happiest November. Thank you ever so much for watching. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.